Now I'm using Freedom Wool by Twilight of Stamford. It's a chunky yarn that uses 10mm needles. So if you want a similar result, look for a ball band tension that matches Twily's. Now Trinity stitch has a 4-stitch and 4-row repeat, and I've also got a stitch to edge each side of the work. So for this hairband you'll need to cast on a total of 14 stitches, so that's 12 stitches of repeat plus the 2 edge stitches. Now to make this hairband either narrower or wider, take away or add on from those 14 stitches in sets of 4. So as you can see, I've already cast on 14 stitches here. Let's zoom out a little bit. And I'm going to show you what the first row would be. Row 1 would be a right side row, and you'd begin by knitting your selvage stitch, and then you would purl until the last stitch, and then the last stitch would be a knit one. So that's row 1. So not forgetting that at the end of row 1 you knit 1. Row 2, a wrong side row, begin by knitting 1, and then we can go into the repeat. So into your next stitch you want to knit 1, purl 1 and knit 1, all into the same stitch, so you've created 3 stitches from 1. Now next, purl 3 together, repeat that sequence again. So that's knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, all into the same stitch, and then purl 3 together, and one last time, knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, all into the same stitch, and then purl 3 together. End row 2 with a knit 1. Right, row 3 is the same as row 1. So all we're doing is knitting the first and the last stitch and purling the stitches in between. So not forgetting to knit that last stitch. So that's row 3. Row 4. Begin by knitting 1, but this time begin the repeat with a purl 3 together. And then do your knit 1, purl 1, knit 1 into the same stitch. So repeat that sequence until you have 1 stitch left. Purl 3 together, knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 3 together, and end the repeat by knitting 1, purling 1 and knitting 1. You've got 1 stitch left, the selvage stitch which you knit. This hairband in chunky yarn is approximately 11 centimetres wide, 4 1/4 inches. Now let's crochet a flower to decorate. Obviously this is optional. I'm going to make a slip ring and I'm going to pull through a stitch like so and secure with a slip stitch. Now the idea is we form our stitches and then pull the ring tightly at the end. So into the ring we're going to do 6 single crochet. Please note that this is double crochet if you're in the UK. So into the ring, that's the first single crochet. So that's 1, 2. Just going to pull that in a little bit. 3. 4, 5, 6, and now I'm going to gently pull this in like so, and then into that first chain I'm going to insert my hook and do a little slip stitch to seal the ring in place. Now into every single crochet I'm going to first begin with a slip stitch, and then I'm going to create 3 chains. 1, 2, 3, and then in the same stitch I'm going to do 2 double crochets. So yarn around the hook into the same stitch and pull through once, pull through twice, and repeat that again. Yarn around hook into the same stitch, pulling through and then pulling through once, pulling through twice, and then 3 chain, 1, 2, 3, and go into the same stitch and secure with a slip stitch. And you're going to repeat that another 5 times. So into that next stitch, do a slip stitch first, 3 chains, into the same stitch we're going to do a double crochet, or if you're from the UK, a treble, three chains, and secure into the stitch with a slip stitch. We're going to do our 3rd petal. First secure with a slip stitch, 3 chains, 2 double crochets into that same stitch, that's 1, 2, 3 chains, go into the same stitch and secure with a little slip stitch. So we're halfway there. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so this should be our last stitch. Three chains, two double crochets, three chains, oops, and we've gone in with our slip stitch like so. Do another slip stitch. I'm going to create a little raised button effect for the centre of the flower.